Good morning and welcome to Joe Stunner Boxing. You know, Don King, he's 93 years of age. He won't ever stop doing his thing until he's spinning in his box. And in fact, when he's 6 feet under, he'll probably still be suing people. Because he's taken out a cease and desist order against Seller and TKO Group Holdings Incorporated, who are supposedly going to promote a fight between JARRELL Miller and Michael Hunter. Now, this will be on September the 11th. We know about that date, don't we? Yeah. But Don King and Don King Productions are claiming that Hunter, in fact, is under contract to them. And in fact, Hunter has fought on Don King cards. His career, by the way, petered out after that, debatable draw with Alexander Povetkin. Since then, he's done absolutely nothing. He's 37 years old now, Hunter. He fought on a King card in June of 2024, and he also had a fight in last year in Mexico. I think it was November, December time, towards the end of the year. And King is saying, look, he's contracted to Don King Productions. You know, why the hell are you making a fight with JARRELL Miller when I'm his promoter? And King or Don King Productions, anyway, I don't know whether King wrote this, but they issued a statement. They said, they, meaning Seller and TKO, continue to disobey the WBA and its clear directive on the Pulev-Hunter championship fight. Hunter is under contract to Don King Productions and he'll be fighting for a world championship. Now, the Pulev fight and the world championship that King is talking about is the WBA regular title or some bullshit thing. No one seriously considers Kubrat Pulev to be a world champion, of course, not when you've got Alexander Usyk walking around. But King wants to make that fight. He's still in bed with the WBA. Of course, King is, 25, 30 years removed from his prime when he completely dominated boxing. But go back to the 80s. I mean, he mopped up all the heavyweights. Not entirely unlike what Frank Warren is doing nowadays. And in the 90s, he was a very, 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 very prevalent promoter. But those days have long gone. And if you've seen any of King's more recent cards, it looks like they're taking place in leisure centres or high school gymnasiums. I mean, the production quality is very, very poor. But he does have his hand still on the pulse, just about. Might be a dying pulse, but regarding heavyweights, he has a couple of heavyweights, and Michael Hunter, he thinks, is one of them. Well, of course, Hunter, when he got the chance to fight, when it was proposed that he fights JARRELL Miller, will of course jump at that because that's big money. And King will not be able to provide Hunter with big money. But you do have to ask the question, what the hell did Michael Hunter sign with Don King for? Has 50 years of watching how Don King operates, did that escape Michael Hunter or his advisors or his manager or his whatever team? Did that escape their attention, the way he does business? The absolute litany, the laundry list of fighters who complain because they didn't get paid. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why anyone would go anywhere near Don King, especially at this point of his career. But what does he have to offer? I mean, King may well have done his usual trick of opening a suitcase or a briefcase full of money and saying, hey, that's yours. You can have that. That's your signing on bonus. And the fighter goes, ooh, I'll have some of that. Most famous example was Hasim Rockman, who just knocked out Lennox Lewis. Was he with Cedric Kushner? And then King, he met with King. King pushed that big briefcase of money across the table. And Rockman said, yeah, I'm with you now. And of course, Lennox had to take him to court to enforce the rematch clause. And of course, Lennox knocks out Rockman in the rematch. Adrian Broner's dumber than dog shit, but he had the same thing. There was a picture of him with King giving him this suit, this briefcase of money. Once you get dollar signs flicking in your eyes and everything's based on greed, emotion, whatever, and you stop thinking you're in trouble. And I can only assume that's exactly what happened with Michael Hunter. Although, having said that, his options were limited, of course, because, like I say, his career really stalled badly. At one point, he was very highly thought of. And let's not forget that he gave Alexander Usyk a pretty good fight at cruiserweight. Well, he's 37 now, so yeah, a big money fight against Big Baby Miller. I can understand why he would take it, but once you jump into bed with Don King, you're in some trouble. So will this fight go ahead? For the sake of Michael Hunter, I hope so, because he probably needs the money. But don't be surprised if King's spanner in the works actually prevents this fight from happening. It is, like I say, it's supposed to take place in Vegas on September the 11th of this year. Will it happen? I don't think Michael Hunter's fought this year, or has he? Am I forgetting a fight? And Miller, we know all about Miller. You know, should have been kicked out of boxing years ago, but he's still in there earning big money. He'll probably get another opponent and another paycheck, but that's the way things seem to be in boxing right now. Anyway, if you've got any opinions, leave them below in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also hit the like button, because they count them. I don't know why, but they do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.